it good as a little kitty cat?
I left my mic on. You didn't hear that. Okay. I think I'm just going to go ahead and get started. Because the sooner we solve this, the sooner we can get finished with it. Hi! I just sworn I closed the gate. Whatever. Okay, so as far as I know, this should be the last chapter of Detective Pikachu Returns. So I might end up just playing. Yes, so this should be the last chapter. And so I think the plan today is to play until we wrap it up, and then so then we can move on to other games. Not that I don't like this game, but like there's a lot of talking, and I honestly I've been waiting for so long to find out what like the answer is to like why just like why his dad isn't his Pikachu, that like I feel like I've been edged for like several years at this point. It's not great. Time to get going? Yep, let's mosey.
Okay, there's something I gotta do. I'll meet you there.
Oh, wait, what?
You'll like it, I promise.
I don't know how much I believe you.
Oh, that's right. We're out of coffee beans. Can you pick some up?
I mean,
Okay,
I guess.
the usual dark roast, right?
Yeah. Huh?
What?
Sophia, you can...
Uh-huh. I've understood you this whole time.
Yeah. Now that's my little girl!
What?
We don't have time for this.
Okay.
See you later.
That's such. That's such a weird detail they threw it. They're like, oh yeah, Sophia the sister can also understand him the whole time. What? Okay, bye. Have a good time. So this is the Pokemon Unity Lab. Yeah, this is definitely where Mama used to work. You sure this is where Unitas's base is? That's what I heard, but it seems too quiet, doesn't it? Looks like there might be a janitor over there, but still. Yeah, it's weird, but nowhere near as weird as Pikachu actually being your dad. I'm still trying to wrap my head around that. He's streaming. His body's supposed to be around here somewhere, right? Yeah, at least that's what we think. Then we better find him. Let's look around by ourselves for a bit while we wait for Pikachu. Check 1, 2, check 1, 2. Hi! Welcome to Detective Pikachu Returns. We are returning to Detective Pikachu. As far as I know, this should be the last chapter, so I think I'm just going to buckle down and play until we finish it, and then I can move on to other games. Because this one has been taking a while. And there's just so much dialogue to it. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm sure everyone is so tired of hearing my voice after saying all of this dialogue. I'm curious about what's inside. Okay, let's go. Where's that janitor? Hello, Mr. Janitor Man. Excuse me, do you mind if we ask you a few questions? Who are you? Oh, don't worry, we're not suspicious. We're students at Rhyme University. Tim was just like, don't worry, we're not suspicious. That is the most suspicious thing you could ever say. We're researching this area for a class, actually. Would it be okay if we interviewed you? I see. Well, it's nice to meet such dedicated students. Well, hey, it's better. It's good that it's 5 seconds better than Tuesday. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's still so embarrassing that like my whole stream, it was going so fine for the first like hour and 40 minutes, and then it just kept shitting the bed, and I don't know what caused it. caught me by surprise. Nobody ever comes around here. But if you're here for school, then sure, ask me anything you like. Thanks for the save, Rachel. I got you because you're a fucking idiot. About this facility. This place used to be a Pokemon research facility. Apparently a bunch of extensive projects and whatnot were being done here. You know, like illegally doing experiments on Mewtwo and creating R, which was used to like manipulate Pokemon into having outbursts and making them go rogue and attacking people against their will. It's super awesome. But it's been shuttered since the R incident. Yep, see? The lab is massive, isn't it? Yeah, it's so huge and it's hard to keep it clean. How many entrances are there? Entrances? That's a weird question. There are 4 in total. 3 large entrances and 1 small one. I see. Must be a pretty big facility then. Why would you ask about how many doors there are? That's so fucking suspicious, dude. I'll say. In fact, this place is so big, you two are actually the first people I've ever run into. No wonder you were so surprised to see us. Wait, we're the first people you've seen here? I didn't realize how few people came here. The facility's passed.
Excuse me.
Yeah, we can definitely do that. I let Ollie know that I'm streaming. I don't know if she'll be able to, though, because she does work, and she works weird hours. So, unlike me, who works like a regular 8 to 5. Because she works 2 jobs. So, she's so busy. Do you know anything about the incident that happened here? Only what I saw on the news. Some Pokemon went completely berserk here 2 years ago because of that R stuff. I heard someone actually died because of it. It's a really tragic story. Yeah, it is. This place has been shut down ever since. About you. Rhyme City hired me to work here. The facility may not be in use, but they didn't want to just let it fall into disrepair either.
Excuse me.
Does anyone else work here? Occasionally someone comes by to take over one of my shifts, but otherwise it's pretty much just me. Not many people want to come all the way out here so far from the city. I'm curious about what's inside the building. Let's go take a look. How the fuck do you think you're going to get inside? Do you think the door's just open? Nope, the door's locked. It won't budge. I hope we can find a way in. I'm sorry, do you think they just leave the doors open? I want to talk to the Tangela. I know I can't actually talk to him, but I want to see his little animation. Ah! Tangela! Oh! Tanga. It's a Tangela. Tangela's whole body is covered in vines, which it uses to grab all sorts of stuff. We can ask it some questions once Pikachu joins us. I love how we're just like ignoring Pikachu at this moment because he's not here. Garbage Gormand. We need one of these guys around here. You know, I feel like if we had 1 or 2 Garbodors, I feel like the issue with the huge garbage patch in the ocean would be less of an issue. Because these guys love to eat garbage. And I respect them for that. It's a Garbodor. Do you think it lives around here? Maybe it's the janitor's partner. Garbodors are always hanging around cleaning crews and garbage collectors. You might be right. Let's talk to it once Pikachu gets here. Ooh. It's a Diglett. Subterranean denizen. Digoo. Dig. Oh, a Diglett. Have you seen any suspicious looking Pokemon around here? Wait, I don't speak Pokemon. Let's talk to it again once Pikachu gets here. It was really funny. So I had to get a cavity filled today. It wasn't a super bad one. It was like, it had just barely become a cavity. And like they had to numb my whole mouth for it. This door's locked. I think we can get in this way. Blah, blah, blah. But because of the numbing agent, like I said. Okay. So like from the middle of like my lip all the way across to like halfway through my cheek was just numb. Crime Yiti. I don't know what Yiti is, but it sounds suspicious. Unlike these 2 youngsters snooping around an abandoned facility. Not suspicious at all. Why? Honestly, I'm gonna be so for real. I saw YT and my brain was like YouTube. And then I saw the extra Y and I was like, I don't know what that would stand for, but it could be like YouTube youngsters. YouTube youngsters. Well, check out all these steel drums. Do you think they used them when they were fixing the building? Okay, well, we already checked that entrance. What other entrance are we looking for? But yeah, like, I was worried I was gonna have to, like, delay stream more because my entire mouth was numb and I wasn't able to, like, talk properly. Hey, these small doors can open slightly. Oh, you're right. Guess the lock's broken. But it feels like they're chained shut or something on the other side to keep them from opening. Wow, I wonder why. We better look for another way in. But thankfully that subsided. I was honestly, I was kind of more worried about whether I would be able to eat or not, though, because I was even having trouble, like, keeping liquid in my mouth because I couldn't, like, tense half of my face to keep liquid into my mouth. Oh. Well, we don't need to go that way. Okay, then where am I supposed to go? Oh. Maybe they should be a little more forthcoming with, directions. This door's locked. Okay, well, never mind. It was locked anyway. What? Oh, not that, not that, not that. Let's find another entrance. I think we've checked out everything we can for now. Yeah, they're like, let's find another entrance. What? There's only 4 entrances. Like the nice janitor guy said to us. Even though it was a very weird, suspicious question to ask a janitor. Like, who asks janitors how many entrances a place has? Besides, like, criminals. And weird people. I don't want to be considered a weird person when I'm just trying to solve a crime. Okay? Hey, Tim. Can we talk over there for a minute? I think we should discuss the situation. That sounds like the beginning of someone being like, I think we need to talk about our relationship. Even though I know that's not what it's talking about. But like, oh my gosh, go away. We shouldn't be overheard here. The janitor says he's never sees any people around here. Welcome, Poya Preem. My mouth... Welcome, Pooba Preem. My mouth is numb. Literally, that's what it would have been like. Especially with how fast I talk, like, it would have been so bad. Because, like, literally my mouth was numb. I couldn't keep liquid in my mouth. I kept spilling the, like, matcha latte I got as, like, a reward for getting my cavity filled in onto myself. So, like, my shirt is now stained green. And I don't think it will ever recover because green matcha stains so badly. At least it's a shirt that looks like it's supposed to have stuff like that on it, but I would have been like, welcome to the stream, my mouth is numb, I cannot speak because I got a cavity filled. It would have been hilarious, but also very, very troubling for me. And the place has been closed since the incident, too. The building's definitely locked, so it'd be hard to get inside. We don't have much to go on right now. Yeah, to learn anything else we need to learn to the Pokemon. Which we could be doing if Pikachu hadn't just decided to fuck off to who knows where. I guess all we can do now is wait for Pikachu, who, like I said, is just not doing his job of being my partner. Yeah.
It looks like he's late. What do you think Pikachu's up to?
Divorced dad things.
Why are you still calling your father Pikachu?
Why are you asking that?
He still looks like a
I just scared my cat.
There he is.
Oh my gosh. I can't. I'm sorry, I can't get over the fact that she was like, why don't you call your dad dad to his face? Like, I'm fucking sorry. Are you the parental terms police? Like, that is such a loaded question.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, I'm talking over what's happening.
We have so many friends.
This ragtag crew is my entourage.
You deserve that.
Whoa, what? Did I miss something?
Oh, Pikachu said...
Tim, there's no time for that. We got work to do.
What do you mean, Pikachu? You're the one who showed up late because you needed to grab all of your ragtag buddies. Like, it is weird that he calls, like, like, yeah, it is his dad, but also he just found out that it's his dad. Why does she care? Like, I'm sorry, if someone doesn't refer to their dad as, like, dad or father, obviously there's some issues going on there, and you don't ask him about that. Wait a second, Pikachu. Something's odd about this place. What do you mean? We looked around out here when we were waiting for you, trying to find out signs of Unitas's activity. Thing is, we didn't find anything at all. Now that you've mentioned it, it does seem a bit quiet around here, but based on what I've learned from other Pokemon, this place seems like our strongest lead. More importantly, I've just got a good old-fashioned hunch that this is the place. Right. Because hunches, I mean, it is a detective world, never mind. Hunches are a very good form of evidence. Unitas is hiding here. I'm sure of it. Yes, the locked doors are definitely evidence of that. But where? That's what we've got to find out. Sounds like you've already finished the preliminary investigation. Let's start talking to some Pokemon. The ones hanging around here ought to know something. Sounds like a plan. You two are going to conduct some interviews together, right? Yes, Rachel. I don't think I can forgive you for the dad comment. You were already annoying to me. And then you asked something that was so painfully stupid. Like, Pikachu evolves into Raichu before being changed back into a human. Would he be an evolved human? That is such a good question. Genuinely, what would happen? I feel like at that point, he wouldn't be able to be separated from the Raichu. I feel like because they evolved, I feel like he would just... Like, what if he came out after the Pikachu evolved into a Raichu, and he just had, like, Pokemon features? Because obviously it's gonna fuck something up. Who knows what? In that case, I'll keep looking around the same area. Yeah, you do that, Rachel. As long as you stay far away from me, because the more I interact with you, the more you piss me off. I miss the old girl. I don't remember what her name was, but she's the girl who became the news anchor, and she was so much nicer because she didn't interact with us this much. She was just there for a couple of scenes, and it made sense because as a reporter, she was at certain places conducting interviews or getting recording things for like her news portfolio. And that's the only reason that we were interacting with her. I miss her dearly every single day. Thanks, Rachel. Go. You and the others can just hang back for now. We'll come get you if we need anything. Goro. I don't know why. My laptop is already overheating. I don't appreciate it. Alright, Tim, let's get started. I don't want to talk to Rachel. Rachel is literally the last person I want to talk to. Do you have time to talk, Garbodor? Garbo. About you, Garbodor. Gar. You helped janitor pick up trash? Sounds like you're a hard worker. Gar. You don't expect to be praised just for collecting snacks? See, he is the epitome of perfection. I don't know why Baby Me hated this Pokemon so much. Because Baby Me was wrong. She was incorrect. This Pokemon is great. They eat trash. They do a wonderful service for us. And they're like, I don't know why people are praising us. I'm just like eating. And I'm like, slay. Oh, right. Trash is like a treat for you. Just like that Trubbish we met the other day. About the building. Have you ever seen any other humans here? Garble. He says he's never seen any other humans besides the janitor. That tracks with what the janitor said. Is there any way to get inside that building? Gar. It's never been inside. Gotcha. Well, that doesn't help us. Have you noticed anything strange around here lately? Anything at all? Garbodor. Sometimes you find strange snacks? Sorry, but we're not here to talk about your snack. Gar. Is this one of the snacks you found today? It's a food wrapper. Interesting. Why would a used food wrapper be here if people don't come here? That is a good question. Garbaboo. What? You find these all the time? Even though no one comes here? Hey, Garbodor, mind if we keep this? We can give you some other trash in exchange. Gar. Thanks, Garbodor. This could be the clue we've been looking for. A used food wrapper at a facility no one ever goes to. What could it mean? Actually, I have a better thing. What if... So, the Pikachu evolves into Raichu. Before Henry comes becomes a human again. What if, when he comes back out, he becomes the ultimate life form? Shadow the Hedgehog. Do you mind if we ask you some questions, Diglett? Dig. About you, Diglett. Do you live here? Dig. Ah, this place is nice because it's comfy digging, eh? Diglett, dig. And it's nice being able to dig as much as you want without any humans around, huh? Humans don't usually consider Diglett to be pests, you know. Farmers especially love Diglett. The soil is always perfectly tilled after you dig through it. Dig? Yeah, for real. Don't be afraid to visit places with humans around. I'm sure they'll be happy to see you. This poor Diglett, he's like, humans hate me, so I just kind of stay away from them. Diglett, I love you. I love you more than any human I've ever come across, except maybe my sister. Diglett, dig. And Ollie, obviously. Ollie and my sister are my top humans. I love them to pieces. I would die for them. Diglett hasn't seen any people around, but it did mention something pretty interesting. What did it say? Sometimes at night, when Diglett's underground and trying to sleep, it hears a lot of noise. Noise underground, you mean? Dig. Yep, it got curious about the noise and went to the building to check it out, but no one was there. When it went back underground, though, it could still hear the noise. Noise when nobody's there? Strange. Wait, how did you get inside the building? Dig. It says it dug a hole through the floor of the building. Ooh. Wow, it's surprisingly powerful to be able to dig into a building from underneath it. I wonder what that sound underground was. Tangela! Do you mind if I ask you some questions? Tangela! About you, Tangela. What do you do for fun around here?
Tangalilla.
Sunbathing, eh? Sounds nice and peaceful. I bet that feels great. Sometimes I wish that I had the ability to photosynthesize. I feel like it would be so much faster. Tangle. You never seen any other Pokemon around here besides the janitor? Wait a second. There's something caught in Tangela's vines. They're shards of glass. How'd those get there? Tangela. You think they might have gotten on you when you went inside the building? We may not be the most intelligent of minds, but at least we were on the same wavelength. It was like, he would become the ultimate life form. Shadow the Hedgehog. Wait, you've been inside? Hey, Tangela, how did you get inside? Tangela! The door's right near us? Please tell me he just shows us and opens the door. These smaller doors, huh? Tanga. What? These doors were unlocked until just recently? So now they're locked and you can't get in anymore. This place has supposedly been shut down for ages. Why would these doors be locked all of a sudden? I don't know, but it definitely raises some questions. Tango was talking about those small doors right there, yeah? Let's turn our attention there, Tim. When we tried to open them earlier, they were chained shut. Let's try them again now. Ooh, there's gossip happening in one of my group chats. Ooh. I can't wait to look at that later. These small doors are definitely the ones Tango told us about. There's a chain something on the other side keeping them from opening. So they're locked from the inside. What's going on? It's strange that these doors were unlocked until recently. I have to say, it's weird that they hired a janitor, but the janitor doesn't clean inside. So I feel like the actual term of what they hired was a groundskeeper because he's keeping the grounds looking nice. That's just a personal gripe of mine, though. Who locked these doors? Well, I think we've checked everything we can for now. What do you think, Pikachu? Is Unitas really here? Yeah, I think chances are pretty good they're using this place as their base. I got a few more reasons thinking that. Careful, the tea is so hot. Yeah, it's one of my gaming servers, and apparently there's issues from, like, the same old people. And there's like they basically made a whole new Discord to vote on things. Basically, so like, because it's a game with like realms, and it's kind of similar to, if I had to compare, it's kind of similar to, I guess, somewhat similar to Clash of Clans, although not really. It's not really similar to Clash of Clans at all, but it's basically, it's like a similar thing where like you gather resources and then use those resources to upgrade like your base and like troops and stuff like that, and then you use those troops to get more resources. So it's kind of, that's why I was saying it was similar. But basically, so one of the realm I'm in has like realm rules that have been voted on because humans love making rules for things. And there's a whole new server that's been made because apparently there's people who don't like the rules that were made for our realm. Gotta love people who are acting like toddlers, even though they're all adults. The first is Diglett's story about the noises it heard coming from the building. The second is what Tangela said about those smaller doors being locked from inside. And the third is the food wrapper that Garbodor found. Any one of those things on their own wouldn't mean that much. But taken all together, we can pretty safely conclude there are people here. Man, now I want to go make tea. I haven't had tea in a hot minute. Mostly just because it's been too hot outside. But my house is very cold. And besides getting, my cavity filled today, I haven't left the house. So it's very cold. I might do that after stream, TBH. Taken all together, we can pretty safely conclude there are people here. Exactly. I think those things are linked by more than coincidence. Guess we really do need to look around inside. So the next thing we gotta figure out is how to get inside. I feel like we could have just asked if the janitor had a key, so we could go inside. They might not have one, but if they don't have a key to go inside, they're not a janitor. They're a groundskeeper. What the fuck, Nintendo? Yeah, the whole place is closed up and locked down. Since walking in through the front entrance is a no-go, let's think of another way. Got any bright ideas? Do you think there's a way to get us inside the building? I mean, I don't know if the hole would be big enough for this, though. Maybe this one? Oh, okay. That food wrapper Garbodor found. I really just guessed. I was like, this is the only one that seems like there would be some way of getting it in. Looks like it'd be discarded pretty recently. True, and this place does get cleaned regularly, so that trash couldn't have been left here that long ago. But the janitor said, he's a groundskeeper, Tim! Said we're the first people he's ever seen here. Maybe the trash below went from somewhere. But there aren't any houses or other facilities nearby. Unless the trash came from inside the lab and got blown out here. We don't like your rules, so we're going to secede from the union. I mean, make a new server. But the thing is that even if they don't follow the rules, the rest of the realm is just going to be like, these guys aren't following the rules, so we're not going to interact with them because they're being little piss babies. You might be onto something. In that case, if we follow the scent of this wrapper, maybe we can find the entrance. Yeah, since it's relatively new trash, the scent is probably still fresh. I'd say it's worth a try. Deduced, because I am so smart. If we're hoping to follow a scent, then it's time to ask for Growlith's help. Agreed. Good thing I asked her to come. Now let's go ask her. Come on, brain. Think of things. Come on, brain. Be so smart. Come on, brain. Think of things. Go. Hey, Growlith, we need your help with something. We'd like you to track down the scent from this wrapper. I have so many questions, though. How did he get all of these Pokemon here? Because Growlithe belongs to somebody. It's not Damara. Whatever the fuck Damara evolves into. It's Darumaka. Whatever the fuck Darumaka evolves into. The Galar version. He was a Pokemon that's supposed to be up in the ice caps that got captured, brought down, and then he was supposed to be helped by the guy from the ruins to be well on his way back to where he was from. So I don't know why he's still fucking here. Pangoro lives on the other side of the freaking world in like the area that we were just in, which we had to travel to by train. Did he just bring a Pangoro onto the train? I mean, I guess that that's fine. But like, oh, like, what? And then, as far as we know, Luxray is on the run from the fucking police department because they don't like him. Go. Piece of cake, huh? Just what I wanted to hear. You okay with us getting right to it, Tim? Yes. Please do. Okay, let's do it just like last time, Growlithe. Growlithe! Is the rich guy who owns this Growlithe fine with us just borrowing her for the day? Like, isn't he worried? Sure can. Like, because from what it seemed, he really did care about, he does care about his Pokemon. Guess that glass must have been stuck in my vines for a really long time. You don't seem too bothered by it. So I feel like his Pokemon randomly going missing would worry him. I know it would worry me. If the detective that, helped solve the case, well, at least, yeah, helped solve the case that I hired him for and then stole my Pokemon away with him. Like, I'd be concerned. I knew these were suspicious. Huh? The scent suddenly disappeared. It disappeared? Well, sort of. It's more like the scent goes on past this point, actually. Past these steel drums, you mean? I guess we better do something about him if we want to go any further. Let's go to Tim and the others. Pikachu says the scent continues past here, but there's no way to get back there to search. Yeah, it'd take all day to move this many steel drums. Guess we're gonna have to get Smashy. You have Pangoro! What do you have? Darman and Pangoro. Like, what do you... I have to close my door real quick, because my cat opened it. But, like, do you not remember that you have two Pokemon you brought with you? That their whole thing is that they are strong and can move things that are so much bigger than you out of the way. And you have two of them. Not one. Two. I feel like they can handle it. Oh my gosh. I guess we're gonna have to get Smashy. What? You've got to be kidding. I know it's a rough approach, but we don't have time to dawdle. The drums at least seem to be empty, so I'm sure we can enlist one of our pals to help. Yeah, see? You have friends. They can just move them. Have you always approached your investigations this way? Depends on the situation. It's a great detective's job to find the shortest route to the truth. I mean, sure, but finding support to the truth is also just as important, which sometimes means taking the long route. So who should we ask for help? I don't fucking know this one. Darman? Darman? He says he can handle anything that calls for brute strength. In that case, I think Darmanitan is definitely the best one to ask for help with this. Want to get us started right away, Tim? Yep, just be careful not to hurt yourself. We're counting on that strength of yours, Darmanitan. You ready for this? Darman! Now I just picture him with a stupid goatee and the stupid... Oh, Jesus Christmas. I guess that's what they meant by getting punchy. There's a hole! There's a hole in the wall. That's what I just said. I wonder if that trash from before blew out of here. Yeah, I think it did. Me and Pangoro won't fit through that hole, so we'll have to smash open a bigger one. Whoa. If you do that, the whole building could collapse. We'll just unlock the doors from the inside. For now, you two can just wait here. If you say so. Tim, check this out. You're right. It looks like we can get inside through this hole. Are you ready to head in, Tim? Of course, that's why we're here. Alright, Alright, let's do it. So this is what the inside of the lab looks like. It sure is messed up. Yeah. Did you hear me, Pikachu? Huh? Oh, I was just so shocked by how trash this place is. Just kind of speechless. Yeah, I know they weren't doing any upkeep, but would it really get this bad in just 2 years? I feel like there was a big accident. Or maybe someone broke in and decided to just take a bat to the place. Kind of like how I want to take a bat to the people in my in this server who are causing issues. So this is just where it happened. What's up, Rachel? This must be where the Pokemon went berserk during the R incident 2 years ago. That's why there's a hole in the wall and the room's in such disarray. And they didn't bother to clean the mess up afterwards? Bro! Babe, it looks like there's chemicals spilled on the floor. Do you realize how much of a hazard that is? I feel I would be embarrassed to leave a lab like this, even if there was a huge incident afterwards. I would still come back and clean it up afterwards. Like, come on. I see. This place must have been left just as it was at the time of the incident, which is idiotic. Mama must have been. Are you okay, Rachel? If being here is too painful, it's totally fine if you want to wait outside. I would prefer if you did wait outside, actually. I think I just need a moment to myself, if that's alright. Please. You are so annoying. I thought I was ready for this, but it's hitting me harder than I expected. Take your time, I understand. Poor girl, I'm sure she would have preferred to steer clear of this place. But all signs point to Unitas being here. Let's start looking for clues. Right. Something felt strange when I came into this room. What could that have been? I just remembered that her mom died in this accident, and that maybe I'm being a little too harsh.
Yes.
Sorry, Tim. I hope I'm not holding you back. No worries. Take your time. Thanks, but I'm worried about Papa, too. I can't just stand here and brood forever. I just need to rest a sec, that I can help. Promise. Thanks, Rachel. This must be really hard for her, but she's doing a great job hanging in there.
Oh.
Look, Pikachu, there's another food wrapper on the floor. It's the same as the one we got from Garbodor. Okay, so if there's people who are doing stuff out of here and took base here, and they're leaving food wrappers places, you would think they would clean up at least a little bit of the mess that was there initially. Like, bitch, what the fuck? If I was moving in to be a squatter someplace, I would at least do a little tidying up before I sat my ass down. Come on, spiders are cleanlier than this. The dogs I babysit are tidier than this. Come on now. Same as the one we got from Garbodor. That means this trash is another piece of evidence that people have been in and out of this place. Yeah, and there might be more proof too. Let's keep looking.
Oh.
Look, footprints. Are they human? Couldn't be. They're too big. There's no dust over them either, so they must be recent. I think these are probably Tanglus footprints. I see. It must have left these footprints when it came inside. Go. She said she saw something glimmering inside the cupboard. The cupboard right in front of her? Let's take a look. The lab scientist must have used this cupboard. What's up there? I can't see what's on the shelves. You gotta tell me. Wait a second. I'm looking. Looks like it's just chemicals and stuff. What's this? It's a key. What a weird place to keep a key. Wonder what it's for. Let's take it with us. We might be able to use it later. Okay, latency check. I just saw your message, so hopefully it's not on my end, but I will remind everyone that I do have a shitty computer. So if there is a lot of latency, it could 100% be from my end because my computer is not great. Let's take it with us. We might be able to use it later. Okay, so they just found like a key in the middle of like a whole bunch of old chemicals, and they're like, who would put this here? And I'm like, as someone with severe ADHD, not only would I be a person who would set something like keys down there, but I would forget about them This is just someone with ADHD, especially if you're working in a lab. Like, there are so many places you can lose shit. Let me know if you see anything strange. I can't see what's up there from down here. If I see anything, you'll be the first to know. Like, look at how much of a mess this place is. If there's squatters here, they did a shit job about keeping it a homestead. It is literally exactly the same as whenever there was that accident 2 years ago. Like, bro, clean up after yourselves a little bit. This is not proper lab procedure. He says this place looks even rougher than the police station. Can't say I disagree. Everything's trashed here. What do you suppose these chemicals are used for? I don't know. Experiments, Tim? What are you, an idiot? Born yesterday? You're a detective. Use your fucking head. Careful, Tim. The last thing we read out now is you hurting yourself. Actually, that is a good thing. Do not touch unknown chemicals, especially ones that have been sitting open for 2 years. Oh my god. Don't touch them. Yeah, I know. You worry too much. He does not worry too much. Oh my gosh. Oh, there are some things in a lab that you can't let sit for longer than like a week because of how potent of a chemical it is. And over time, either due to like it being exposed to air or being used, or just the fact that like it'll slowly separate or congeal over time, it becomes more dangerous. You learn this in chemistry 101. You're in college, Tim. Act like it. There's a note here. Read it aloud, would you? From the management team regarding search procedures. Upon discovery of the object in question, collected immediately. Once the object is collected, use concrete to seal off the first floor hallway. Please be aware of the following. Destroy the switchboard on the first floor. Do not leave any trash behind, such as food or drink containers. Failed step 2. Due to the building's dilapidated state, watch your step as you move about. These appear to be instructions of some kind. What do you suppose this management team is? I have no idea, but at least we know for sure that people have been in here. Yeah, we still don't know who's been here or how many of them there are, but they clearly were following orders to search for something. But how did they get out of here? Good question. The door was locked from the inside. Why did the note say to seal off a hallway with concrete? There's still a lot we don't understand. Let's keep investigating. Okay, there are so many things going on with this lab. So, like, one, like, there's food wrappers in here. You do not, under any circumstances, eat. You did failed chemistry 101, so I didn't know that. More of a physics guy myself. Okay, I guess that's fair. But, like, oh my gosh. Anyway, for those who don't know, in chemistry, when it comes to, if you're ever in a chemical lab or a lab of any kind and there are chemicals, you do not under any circumstance handle them if you do not know what they are or how long they've been open for. It's why chemistry labs will always have, like, the bottles will be labeled with what the chemical is, what their hazard levels are, like the hazard, like, hexagon things. And it'll also have, like, usually the date that they were opened or the date it was mixed. Because chemicals, there are some, like, what's one? There's, like, it's not hydrochloric acid, but it's, like, similar to hydrochloric acid, where, like, it's such a potent, like, acid that you have to store it in a special container, like, in a special, like, a separate place far away from other chemicals, because, and you have to use it within, like, a certain amount of time. I don't remember what it is exactly. I think it's, like, within, like, a certain amount of months, unless you keep it in, like, an air sealed container, because it's such an unstable unstable acid, and it will, like, it's corrosive, so it will literally burn through you. Like, there's so much safety they're not doing here. You are under no circumstances supposed to eat or drink in a lab, because the issue is that you never know what the benches have touched. You never know what any surface in that area has touched, no matter, like, that's why when you go in, the first thing you do is you clean where you're going to work, and then the last thing you do is you also clean it. But you can't, like, depend on other people doing the same thing. You never know what is going to be on you, on your hands, on your person. You never know what chemicals are being used in the lab at any given time. So, like, you never eat or drink anything in there, especially because there could be an issue of, like, you, like, accidentally spilling something on your food or drink and not realizing it. which is a safety hazard. It's why, like, the only thing that is allowed in the labs that I was at in college was, like, you could have a water bottle, but you had to keep them, like, you couldn't have it in the lab, though. You had to have it outside the door, but you were allowed to go take, like, breaks to go drink from, like, your water bottle. But it was the only thing that was allowed on that floor, unless, unless you had, like, you know, diabetes or something, like, or some other, like, medical condition where, like, you had to have snacks in your bag because it was such a huge deal. But that's also what happens when you work with chemicals. Or, like, there was another lab that was for my anatomy lab where we were working with, like, cat cadavers, and, like, you don't want to be mixing anything with those because, like, it will literally kill you. What do you think the stain is? Because, like, they would preserve it with formaldehyde, and then, like, or at least, like, the initial preservation, and then, like, there'd be a different chemical that they would keep in the bag to, like, keep it fresh. That wasn't formaldehyde, but it also wasn't good for you either. What do you think the stain is? Kind of looks like a chemical spill or something. There's just a chemical spill on the table, guys. Oh my god. I feel like this is just, like, chemistry. This is chemistry 101 teaching lab safety from Game Marie Peer. Marie chemistry lab safety with Marie, more at 7. Maybe some chemical spill during the Pokemon rampage. Based on the smell and how dusty it is, I'm guessing this isn't a recent stain. Why are you smelling it? Why are you smelling it? You don't know what it is. Why are you smelling it? Still, we don't know what chemical this was. We better not touch it. Okay, so at least he's telling him not to touch it. Who knows what it is? At least we know it's not corrosive because it hasn't gone through the fucking table in the 2 years it's been sitting there. What not to do with your lab? Don't this. The switchboard panel is open. It's completely busted inside. I guess this is why there's no electricity. That note said to destroy the switchboard on the first floor, remember? So somebody did this on purpose. But why would they need to do this? They probably wanted to make it look like the first floor didn't have electricity. To make this place look shut down and abandoned? I think so. It seems pretty likely. Especially since that note seems to contain instructions for keeping something hidden. I feel like if there was any electricity at all in the building, it would still be... I feel like people could still see it. Even if it's... Unless it's in, like, the basement. Oh my gosh. As someone who... I don't know if it's just because of, like, the way that my brain works or the fact that I majored in chemistry, but, like, chemical lab safety is one of the things that, like, they hammered into us all the time. And, like... Literally, you're like... I'd be the same way if I saw bad electrical work. Literally, the second after there's bad electrical work. Now we're both frustrated. Everything's a mess inside the cabinets. This wasn't done by a rampaging Pokemon. Someone must have been searching the room for something. Oh my gosh. I've never felt so enraged by a lab before. Because lab safety is so important. Oh, there is... I hate how they do that. That's one of the few things I think I would critique about this game, is that sometimes they put, like, ways that you're supposed to go, like, and you have to, like, go to the screen this way, but you wouldn't think to do that all the time. So I feel like this would be one of the few times where having, like, a map in the corner of the screen would really help. Hey, it's a padlock. These are the doors we couldn't open because of the chain. The chain's fastened with the padlock. We need to get this unlocked so Darmanitan and Pangoro can get in here. Is that what the key I found is for? Sure would be convenient if that key we found earlier is for this lock. Let's give it a try. Here it goes. Wow. Alright, that takes care of the chain. Dharma. Goro. Sorry for the wait, fellas. I know nothing about electricity, but I still thought it was weird that there was sparking there because of how small it was. Because usually that's the kind of arcs you see, like, between huger wires, or, like, if there's a lot more going on. Oh my gosh. Ugh. Sorry for the wait, fellas. See, now you know my frustration with the whole lab safety here and the abysmalness of it. There's just a stain left on the tabletop that no one bothered to clean up, and now we don't know what it is. So we can't, like... So, Tim, what are your thoughts after looking the room over? It's pretty clear that somebody's been coming in here, and based on that note, we know they had a purpose for doing so. Right, we're light on details, but we know something fishy is going on. We should try to figure out what exactly happened here. Based on that note we saw on the desk, we can safely assume that someone was giving instructions. But what were the people here actually up to? If we can figure that out, we might learn something useful about Unitas. Why don't you tell me what you think, Tib? Alright, let's deduce. Do we find any clues about what's going on here? Someone has been living here. I mean, maybe. Somebody sealed off a hallway in the back. The place is being used as a Pokemon playground? No. Someone was researching R. Maybe? Nope. Maybe there's evidence that someone was researching R here? Hold up, Tim. We don't even know if that chemical was R or not. Yeah, that's true. We don't know what it is. And I've never heard anything about people researching R in this place. Okay, well, it's not that one. Is it people living here? Okay. That might explain why there are food wrappers lying around. I guess it's not too big a stretch to imagine someone squatting in an abandoned building like this, but if that were the case, why would the entrance be obstructed the way it was? Blocking the entrance like that would make coming and going a headache and a half. Yeah, I guess I was wrong. Let's think this over again. Okay, I guess it's this option. This is the only one left that makes any sense. Somebody sealed off the back. Okay. The note said something about seeing off the hallway with concrete. I don't know why. Oh, it was just asking what happened in this building. I was like, none of these explain why the people were here, though. I guess it does. That must mean there's a hidden hallway somewhere on this floor. Sealing off a whole hallway seems pretty extreme. All the more reason for us to find it. Like with concrete, too. Okay, deduced. I want to die. If we're looking for a hallway that's been sealed up, we should probably ask one of our friends for help. Yeah, let's go ask. Is he the one we want help with? Goro. He says he's ready whenever you need him. All you gotta do is ask. Appreciate it. So it's not him. Is it him? Luxray's special vision might be able to find something. There we go. What do you think? Time to get Luxray's help? Yes. Alright, Luxray, let's do this. I do like the music. I do like the game. It's just a small frustration I have. Oh. Hey, there's open space behind this wall. Bingo. Now you know where to go, but how exactly do you plan to get there? Break down the wall, of course. This measly little wall doesn't stand a chance against our Manitan. I guess. Could you please smash that suspicious looking wall over there? Darman. Ready to go, huh? Let's rip it up, Darmanitan. I smashed it good. Just like I knew you would. Thanks, Darmanitan. Let's all keep going. I can hear the sparking from that box still. From my knowledge of history, Chernobyl literally the concrete. That's concrete, baby. Especially with the abysmal levels of, like, lack of care of this chemistry lab. I feel like you're right. I feel like we're about to stumble on another elephant's foot in here. Like, oh my gosh, the medical nightmares that we're about to stumble upon down here, man. Wow, there's a whole hallway hidden behind that wall. And some stairs leading down, too. Someone must have really wanted to keep this hidden. That's concrete, baby. I wonder what's past these stairs. Only one way to find out. Are we gonna go down there too, Rachel? Yeah, thanks, Tim. I'm okay now. I need to know how Papa and Unitas are connected. Okay, let's go, everyone. And get immediately eviscerated by the radiation levels in this basement. God, I wish my brain could be eviscerated by radiation levels because of the chemistry lab state. Copper eye is gonna find the Caparaya's foot down here, and I'm going to immediately evaporate. I didn't realize this place had such a big basement. Yeah, the floors above aren't in use anymore, but it sure looks like this one is. If Unitas would go so far as to seal up a hallway, they must be keeping some pretty big secrets down here. Now it's time for us to uncover them. Yeah, let's go. What's this feeling? Okay, what's wrong? I think we're getting closer to my body. You can tell? Bitch, what? Apparently, yeah. I wonder if Mewtwo's power has anything to do with it. So Dad's body is somewhere in this building. Oh, and one more thing. Feels like Pikachu's consciousness is growing weaker inside me. Weaker? Why? Actually, that is concerning. It could be because I know who I am again, memories and all. Oh no. I don't know how long Pikachu can hold out, so we can't afford to dawdle. Don't worry, we won't let Pikachu's consciousness disappear. I swear I'll find a way to return you two to normal. Tim. Why was Pikachu talking at the same time that the announcement ring was going? You will now be conducting the final test of the cubes. Management and operation teams, please stand by on the bottom floor, B5. That broadcast just now. Sounds like there's a lot to investigate.
Tim, can we talk?
Yeah.
Tim, you know how Sophia said she could understand what I was saying all along?
Yeah.
Wonder why she never brought it up.
Because she thought she was crazy. Like, if you, be real with me. If you could understand an animal, one animal talking to you, whether or not one of your siblings could also, seem to understand this animal, would you not think you were crazy? It doesn't matter how many of my siblings were able to talk to the same animal. I would think we were having a mass hallucination.
Yes.
Vibe down here is very different compared to upstairs, and I've got a bad feeling about that broadcast we just heard. We'll need to proceed carefully down here if we want to expose his organization's plan. Dun dun dun! But I think it's best if just Pikachu and I take a look around. Got it, I'll wait here. Is this the stairs?
Oh,
Looks like a terminal to input the passcode to access the stairs. Appears to be a 4-digit passcode too. Okay, so we need a passcode. I think.
Hey,
Wait, Tim. What is it? Look over there. Is that? Let's hide and see what happens.
Hey, did you remember to turn in the Aurora drop?
That's where it went.
Yeah, I just dropped it off. Wasn't easy to get, though. Cramorant just refused to cough it up.
What are you all doing here? The mayor is here today to inspect the production line.
The mayor?
No slacking off.
yes, ma'am.
The mayor's in on it too?
Come with me. I need somebody to help set up on floor B5.
Ma'am.
You two, stand by on this floor until further notice.
Copy that.
Copy that. We sound so fucking cool and evil right now. I heard people talking, so I came to see what's going on. Unitas is here, just like we thought. Our deductions were right on the money. Well, as far as we know, did you hear what they just said, Tim? Yeah, something about the Aurora drop in a production line. Based on that broadcast we heard earlier, they gotta be talking about producing the cubes. Also, the mayor, you're overlooking the biggest part of that revelation. The mayor is fucking in on it. And Papa's here to conduct an inspection. The mayor might still be on floor B5. Let's head down there and see if we can catch him. Guess we'll need to find a way to get downstairs. Gotta be careful, though. There are still some Unitas goons on this floor. They might have gone into one of the rooms around here. We should keep our guards up if we decide to walk into any of them.
Hey,
We're trying to get to floor B5, right? Let's check out the stairs or the elevator.
oh,
The elevator stopped at B5. Well, they did just say they were heading down there. I tried pushing the button, but it's not working. I'll bet you need a card key. Then I sure hope we can find one somewhere. I also just looked at the stairs, and I'm pretty sure there's a passcode that I need. There should be some stairs behind the store, but I can't seem to get it open. It's locked. Looks like it needs a passcode. Okay. Can we now...
hey,
We just did! We do not have either of the things needed. Okay, whatever. Yeah, it feels way different down here compared to upstairs. Guess my hunch about this place was right. And we better be extra careful from here on out. You look nervous, Growlithe. Are you okay? She's scared, but she says she won't let that stop her. Okay. Goro. I'm acting... Ugh, excuse me. I don't know why I'm yawning. I did nothing but sleep today. I'm acting weird? Hey, even I get nervous around sometimes. We're infiltrating the enemy's base, for crying out loud. Goro. Duh. What is this place? Huh, I'm wondering that myself. We'll only know if we investigate. Okay, well, and I haven't seen any way for us... Okay. So where the hell... Okay, so... We can't do anything about the elevator. This looks like a map of the facility. Lucky us, the floors all have labels. Let's see, floor B1 is labeled Management Team. Floors B2 and B3 are labeled Operations Team. And Research Team covers floors B4 and 5. Management, Operations, and Research. Seems like Unitas is made up of 3 teams. There's a map on this floor too. Oh, great. Looks like we're on B1, the floor used by the Management Team. Map says there are 2 rooms on this floor. If we want to get down, we could use either the elevator or take the stairs, as long as we can get there without being seen. Well, for now, let's investigate. We want to access the lower floors, but we can't use the elevator. Yeah. The stairs will work, but we need a passcode. Yeah, a 4-digit number. Let's search the floor top to bottom for that passcode then. Is that a good idea? Someone might have written it down somewhere. We've got to keep our eyes peeled for Unitas, though. If we get caught, this case is as good as closed. Right. I'll be careful. I can't make out what they're saying, but I can hear voices on the other side of this door. Probably the same guys from before. Guess we're not investigating this room.
Hey.
Wait, did you just hear a sound come from that room just now? What do you think that was? I don't know, and as much as I'd like to find out, we can't just go barging blindly into rooms that we want to avoid Unitas. Ugh, this is so frustrating. We can't go in here. Well, what the fuck are we... That's a ventilation duct. You might be able to squeeze through it, Pikachu. You're dredging up painful memories of the police station and the ruins. I guess I could go through here to gather info as a last resort. We'll keep it in mind at least. Are you sure you'll fit? You wouldn't want to get stuck in there. Don't sweat it. All our running around these past few days has got me nice and limbered up. But I don't know if I want to crawl through that right at this very moment. Fair enough. We don't even know where it leads yet. Security protocols have been updated due to instances of Pokemon escaping captivity. To prevent further incidents, pay close attention to each Pokemon's behavior. In the event that a Pokemon escapes, immediately notify all on-site personnel via intercom. Escaped Pokemon are to be recaptured by any means necessary. They're keeping Pokemon captive here. Sure seems that way. This notice is warning people not to let any Pokemon escape. I don't like this. And past escape attempts have put him on high alert, as if this wasn't already challenging enough. The passcode to access the stairs is updated monthly. The passcode is available in the standby room. Aha, we can find the passcode in the standby room. Now there's a handy piece of intel. If only we could get in there! Yeah, but there are 2 rooms on this floor. Which do you think is the standby room? Well, quickest way to find out is to check both. Just to be sure, let's look at the other notices too. Inspections occur nightly to ensure that the cubes are operating properly. Maintenance staff will be checking each room for any abnormalities. Thank you for your cooperation. According to this, the maintenance staff will be going in and out of the rooms at night. And they gotta run these checks 7 nights a week? Sounds like a real grind. We can find the passcode to the stairways in the standby room. But there might be Unitas members in there, right? Yeah, we can't just go waltzing into a room without seeing what's inside first. Which means we need a hand from Luxray. Ooh, that sounds like a really good dinner. Crab salad sliders on Hawaiian rolls. Ooh, I had Buffalo Wild Wings for dinner. It was very good. I get the honey barbecue boneless wigs. Mostly, and there's nothing wrong with, like, I can eat a higher heat from there. I just prefer those ones because they taste the best to me. Let's go ask Luxray for help. Okay. Is there a water cooler right here?
Oh,
There's a water cooler here. The old Unitas watering hole, eh? Even bad guys gotta wet their whistles, I suppose. Who fucking says that? Then we better not hang around for long. Someone is bound to stop by sooner or later. Lexray, I need your magic vision. You'll be able to see what's beyond those walls, right? Ray. Should we get some help from Lexray now? Yes. Alright, let's do this. Honestly, Luxray's music is the most boppin', and I will not take any criticisms, because it is. Okay, so they're definitely looking straight at the fucking door. There are 2 humans and an electrode in the room. The same humans were in the hallway earlier, the ones wearing white. How's the electrode look? Normal. It's in the corner looking bored. So you don't think it was captured by Unitas? At any rate, it sounds like we can't go in that room to investigate. True, if you want to get inside, you'll need a plan. What is that? Is that Pikachu? What is it, Luxray? There's a Pokemon collapsed on the floor in there. I think it's a Wooper? What? Tell me more. Whatever you can see. It's a Wooper!
Oh, man. We gotta do something. But how can we get in there?
There's a duck that looks like the ones... Oop, that one
Sounds promising.
went too fast. That door appears to be locked. Then there's only one way to get inside. Where's the ducks in that room lead to, Luxray? I can't tell from here. Too many walls in the way. Oh, Well, I did see a duck somewhere else on this floor. Wonder if I can get inside too. Let's go check it out, Luxray. I can kind of see more clearly from here. This duck leads to the room next to us. I can probably use it to reach that Wooper then. What's your plan now? Let's head back to Tim for starters. I want to tell him about the Wooper that needs our help. Hold on tight. Okay. We are going to break that Wooper out. Let's get off the Luxray. Be careful getting down. You worry too much, Tim. I don't think either of you worry enough, honestly. Tim, I gotta tell you something. Keep it down, Pikachu. Someone might hear you. Right. I'll tell you quietly then. There are some Unitas guys in Electrode in the first room down the hall, which means we can't go in there. As for the second room, there aren't any Unitas guys, but what? A Wooper's collapsed on the floor in there. I'm worried about its condition shut away like that. That's awful. Is there anything we can do to help it? Shh. Now look who needs to turn down the volume. I feel the same way as you, Tim. We gotta help it. Hey, Luxray, can you help me with my math homework? What is a line that continues indefinitely in one direction but has a definitive end in the other direction? Ray.